is currently 7:49. Today is the Lake Shawnee Open. I start in about an hour and a half. So we're gonna get some warm-ups in with Garrett and Milo, and then I'm gonna get some videos from the round, and I'll see you guys after the first round. So I started on hole 5. This hole is probably one of the longest holes on the course, and I was just trying to get it up there over this first little hill. But it turned over really quick and I didn't get a chance to get up there. This upshot I released really early and it was really low. So I had a 25 footer for 3. Hole 7 is a big downhill shot. I tried to throw a big turnover with a cloud breaker and it hyzered out OB. So I threw an up shot with a maiden from OB to try to get up there and save bogey, which I did. Had a great shot. So this is hole 8. This is my second shot. So I'm throwing my up shot to try to get 3, and I left it really short. So this is where I was kind of this is where we test whether my putts are on or off today. So that putt was kind of a confidence booster, but I went OB off the next tee. I wasn't very mad because I got up there pretty close to the basket for a putt for 3, and I barely missed. So I took my 4. This is hole 10. It's a little across the water shot. I threw an honor, and I barely missed the first tree, and I clipped the second one, and I dropped OB. So from the drop zone, it's not easy because you're playing a complete different hole. So I had a terrible upshot and then I missed my putt, so I tapped in for 6. Hole 11, I felt like I needed to slow down the run up, so that's what I did, and I had a great shot, but it hit right next to the basket and had a massive skip. But I wasn't too worried about the putt because the putts felt good during warm-ups. So I didn't get videos for the last 2 holes. That's why it skipped from 11 to 14. So this hole was kind of just an uphill shot. I threw a pine and it hyzered out a little too quick. And this putt, I was just trying to get it over the rim, which I did not do at all. Hole 15 is this downhill shot, which I hit the first tree and it dropped right below it. So I threw a Firebird for this upshot, and I just wanted to get it to the right of the basket.
All day, every day, dude.
This hole kind of hurt because I could have gotten birdie, but I had a great shot off the tee with a putter. And then I got up there, and I felt good, and then I missed the putt. Hole 17 is a forehand shot between those two trees. And you just want to get it to hyzer out, but mine hit next to the basket and rolled. Hole 18 plays to like this right gap, and I threw a grace, and I barely missed the gap and hit a tree. This upshot wasn't too fun either because I had a left gap and a right gap, and I decided to take the one on the right and try to skip it off the ground, which I did. And I left myself with a decently big putt, but I was pretty confident in my putts today, so I wasn't too nervous. We just got done with the first round. I am currently sitting in 4th place at even. First is at 5 down. The beginning of the round didn't start off too hot, so I locked in and got just birdies and pars, and birdie and parred out. So hoping to make a run on the second course. It's a little bit more open and make a move on first. So I had some really good putts though, really far putts that were pretty good and was locked in, so let's hope to keep it moving. While I was editing, I realized that I got no videos from the second round. I did get like a video in between rounds to tell you how the first round went. So, after the first round, I was on lead card. I was even, sitting with another guy. There was a guy that was in 3rd, and the guy that was in 3rd was at 1 down. The guy ahead of him was at 2 down, and then Dakota, the guy in 1st, was at 5 down. So I had a little bit of a move between where I was and where I needed to get to the point where I had a chance of winning. So the last hole, so hole 4 of the first round, was a gettable par 4. So I ran it and tried to get a skip off of like the ground, and it was in here in these woods. So I tried to get a skip, and I got a skip, and I was like in the woods by a little bit, and so I was like, okay, we'll just take my birdie. So I had a patent pending shot that got me like in the woods to the left, and I tried to make a putt, and I airballed it, and then I made my putt for par. So going into the second round, like I said, I was on lead card. Hole 1, I got a par. Hole 2 is this hole uphill to this basket next to this tree, and I had a great shot that got up there around the tree. I yanked it a little bit, but I got my par. And then there's this little straight shot that I played terribly. I should have gotten a 2, but I got a 3 off of a putter shot. And so then we go on to hole 4. And hole 4 is a 495-foot par 4 that I was like, if I want to make a move on first, I need to go for this eagle. I've never gotten an eagle in tournament before, but that was a very gettable eagle because my putts felt good, so I knew if I could get it inside 45, 50 feet, I could make a putt at it. So I threw a grace and hoped that I could get a perfect hyzer flip to get it up to the right of the basket. It landed probably like 5 feet long and probably like 30 feet to the right of the basket. I did make the putt for eagle, and then everything kind of went downhill because I went bogey, bogey. Okay, so the second bogey after the eagle, I hit dead center chains and it just spit out. The baskets only had like, the baskets you had to hit like perfect bottom right or perfect bottom left for it to go in. It was crazy. So then we get to the next hole. It's like a hyzer shot, I think, and I tried to throw a spike hyzer with a Firebird, and it landed under this tree, so I had to just play for par. Then I was like, okay, let's just try to get on under 900 rated, or 900 rated round. So that's what I try to do. I try to push it for a couple more birdies if I could before the tournament was over. And I got maybe 5 holes left, 5, 6 holes left. And I get to this hole, it's like a 300-foot uphill, and I was like, I could probably push this with a putter. So I pushed it with a putter, and I'm probably 15 feet left of the basket. I putt it, and I literally hit a perfect putt, and it just goes straight, strong side chains out all the way through the basket. So then I was a little bit heated after that, and I was like, okay, please just get a birdie or just par out. And so the next hole is a downhill shot to this basket, and I threw a maiden, and I threw it down the hill, and it ended up going to the left of the basket, maybe 50 short. I tried to run the putt. It went on the top of the basket and teetered and fell down and teetered on the cage and then fell down and landed right below the basket. So then the next hole, it was like a probably like 380 foot hole, and I threw a ESP Paul Macbeth zone, and I grip locked it, and the whole right side of that hole is filled with water. It's like next to a lake. And so I threw it, hit this tree, and it went to the right and like dropped in the water. So I had to take my drop, and I had a great upshot, and I just settled with the 4, and then I ended up parring out, and I ended up finishing tied 6th. So it wasn't that bad. I had a decent second round. I ended up 2 over because I still got that eagle, and that eagle bring me 2 under par, and I was like, okay, we could maybe do it. So it wasn't a bad tournament. I still felt really confident with it. The eagle was awesome. That's probably the farthest shot I've ever thrown in a tournament. But I'm hoping to have a tournament next week or the week after, just to have like a tournament to end off before going to Junior Worlds. So let's hope that I get a YouTube video posted then. But that's just kind of summary for the second round. It was a good tournament. I had fun hanging out with everybody and got to get my confidence up for Junior Worlds in about a month and a half almost. So I'm sorry about that, and I hope to get more videos soon. There is league on Tuesday that I'm hoping to get some videos of, because me and Milo are practicing for the Junior Worlds doubles. So if I can get that filmed, then we should be able to get a video between now and then. So